on this computer as well. So I'm recording. So I've gone to Windows or the start button at the bottom left corner of my computer. I'm typing in the beginning of Education Edition, and I'm clicking Education Edition, which looks like a bookshelf block with a green border. Okay, now I already have this open, so here it is. I'm launching it. It will take you a minute to get to this screen, and you'll probably be asked to sign in. Okay, and when you sign in, you are going to sign in with your school account. So everyone in game design has a school account because I painstakingly made them for you. I don't know if you remember me kind of giving you the play-by-play. Okay, so when you sign into Minecraft, it's going to be your whole username, for kids, your whole first and last name at bernardsboe.com, your whole entire email address. And then you're going to hit next, and then your password. Okay, when we set these up, if you had logged in before, it should be your first initial capital letter, your second initial lowercase, and then your student ID, which matches your lunch number. Oh, and Austin, if you want to go now, you can. Okay, so when you enter your password, that's going to open you up in Minecraft. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to say play. Okay, if you need to change your skin or your outfit, go ahead and do that with the hanger. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to create a new flat world. Okay, just so that nothing's in our way and we can just have our whole, we have the whole kind of lots and lots of workspace and nothing's in our way. So I'm going to go ahead and say create new and new. And when I'm at the game settings, I'm going to name this world. I'm going to call it creative or coding, maybe I'll call it that. And I'm going to also say period 4, just because, I'll have a few of these. I want to make sure that my game mode is creative. Okay. I don't want anybody to be, any mobs to be getting in my way. But I will change the difficulty to easy. Okay, because if it's on peaceful, I won't be able to get any kind of aggressive mobs, but easy, the aggressive mobs will come out, but they won't bother me. Okay, now make sure that you change this world type from infinite to flat. We want a flat world. We want to be able to do whatever we want and not have things get in the way. Okay, and then a few world options. If we scroll down, we're going to go ahead and say show coordinates. Okay, because we want to see where we are in the world. Okay, I'm also going to turn on always day, just because the day-night cycle drives me bananas and gets in my way. Now you cannot see it from here because, I'll just move it. Ready? I'm going to move my zoom bar up top. We're also going to come down to the very way bottom, where it says show classroom settings. Okay, I'm going to slide that glider over to the right to turn it on, and then you'll see that a few things are revealed below that. I am also going to say perfect weather is on, because the perfect weather and the day-night cycle, those get in my way. Okay, so let's just double check that we have all of these things covered. You've named your world, you're in creative, you're playing easy difficulty, and you have a flat world. That's at the top before we scroll down. So name, creative, easy, flat. Okay. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, world options, show coordinates is on. Under cheats, always day is also on. Actually, all 3 things under cheats are on. And then if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, perfect weather is on. So if you have all of those things checked, let's go ahead and hit play. And this will generate our perfectly flat world. All right, so if we look around, there's green all around us. There may be some mobs hanging out, auto-generated in the world. And they're so curious, they want to come and say hi. And then if you look at our position or the coordinates at the top left, you're going to see that they are 0, 4, 0. In Minecraft, you have 3 coordinates, your X, Y, and Z. So your X is kind of like your side to side. Actually, I don't get this yet. It depends on how you're facing. but I like to think of X as my side to side, my Y is my up and down, and my Z is my forward back. Okay, so right now we are spawned in the world, or we came into the world at 0, 4, 0. Now we're 4 because we're like 4 blocks above the void. If you were to break this grass straight down, you would see that there are only 4 layers and then there's void underneath. It used to be that you fell forever and ever and ever, but now the void is 40 and then you stop, which is a nice thing. Okay, so in this world, everything works as expected. If you say E, that will open your everything Tori. Notice too on the left side, we have an H. The H will toggle whether or not your controls are hidden or showing. Okay, so toggle or hide. And what I'm just with this showing for now, I'm going to see that what I want is to press the letter C. And some of you may have done this before. So when I press the letter C, what's going to happen is this is going to launch CodeBuilder inside of Minecraft. So you'll see that there are 3 different editors that you can choose. One is Microsoft MakeCode, and that should sound familiar because we've been doing MakeCode Arcade. You have the option to code in Python notebooks using using notebooks, which is a different format. It's all text-based. And then you can also use Tinker. So Tinker has some really cool tutorials and that are available. And then what? Oh, and then there's a point where you have to pay. So that's a subscription-based service, and we do not have that. So, but yay, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click Microsoft MakeCode. Now what you'll see is that it will launch the CodeBuilder or the MakeCode dashboard, which looks a little bit familiar. Now this dashboard, you can either, by default, hangs out on the right side, top left corner. If you click on that block, that will put it on the left side, so you can switch which side this CodeBuilder window is in. You can also do what I do, the 4 arrows. This will expand your window so it fills the whole screen. I prefer it to be like that. So what you'll see is, oh my goodness, this looks a little bit like the dashboard in MakeCode Arcade. We have a place at the top where we can start a new project. We have some tutorials. And then if you look down, there are some other tutorials that are kind of, they provide you with sample blocks and then just as a starting point, and then you can mod them. There are videos. This is really cool, just like in MakeCode Arcade. Okay, either using blocks coding or Python coding. Okay, so what's the scoop with CodeBuilder? Like, why might I use CodeBuilder instead of the things that I'm used to in the game? Well, for one, I feel like, if you create something in game, if you want to replicate it, you have to kind of reopen the world or something like that. Whereas if you create something in CodeBuilder, you can run the code in any world that you want, right? That sounds crazy, but you can. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by saying new project. That's going to be clicking on the big green button, new project. And just like in MakeCode Arcade, it gives you the opportunity to name your project. So I'm going to call it coding. Whoops, I'm going to use camel case, so lowercase coding, and I'll call it Minecraft Education EE, Minecraft EE. Okay. And I'm going to say create. And my agent, that little being, that entity, is going to be walking around, and all of a sudden, I have something here called CodeBuilder, and it looks kind of familiar. So on the left-hand side, we have all of these different code categories, and then there's an advanced section. If I click on that, I'm going to say, oh, there are functions, there's arrays, there's text. Okay, and then there's some other things that we did not see in MakeCode Arcade. And then we have this giant workspace on the right-hand side where we have an on start and we have an on chat command run. Okay, so what we can do in CodeBuilder is we can create our very own chat commands to make things happen in MakeCode Arcade. Okay, I mean, I'm not in MakeCode Arcade, in Minecraft Education Edition. Okay, so let's do this together. Actually, let's hit escape or X at the top right, but not the tippy top right, just the X in the CodeBuilder. And what you'll see is that after, I'm going to hide my hints here. after you say C to launch CodeBuilder, if you look around, you're going to see that there's an entity right near you, like on your spot. This is your agent, your coding agent. Okay, everybody gets one when they press C. And what you can do with your agent is you can have your agent do things for you. Okay, so for starters, let's get this agent to move around. So the agent is only going to do what we tell it to do. So like if I walk around, you're going to see that the agent follows me because it does love me. It loves me a lot. It doesn't follow me. It just looks at me, keeps looking at me. Okay. But if I walk away, the agent is not going to come to me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a command so that when I type it in, the agent comes to me. So I'm going to press C to launch CodeBuilder. Okay. And then what I want to do is I'm going to go to agent. Okay. Now these categories, they are specific for Minecraft Education Edition. So this is a library of commands that just are associated with Minecraft. Okay, so I'm going to go to agent, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this very first block, and I'm going to say agent teleport to player. I'm going to snap that in on chat command run. Okay, so on chat command run, and actually on start I don't need, so I'm going to click, hold, and drag it to the left side to get rid of it. So on chat command run. So I'm going to test this out just like I would with Make Code Arcade. There are a few different steps. So what I want to do first is I want to come down to the bottom right where there's a play button. I'm going to hit play. So this will compile the code. Now, even though this is just like 2 blocks of code, there's going to be a point where you might have lots and lots of blocks of code, lots of lines. So the compiling is really important. So now, how do I get the agent to come to me? I'm going to walk away. I'm going to go ahead and hit T to open the chat box. I'm going to move my Zoom window up away. Okay. And then in the chat box, I'm going to go ahead and type run. Okay. Because what I did in Make Code was I said on chat command run. Okay. And when I hit enter, my agent should teleport to me. So let's take a peek at that. So C to open CodeBuilder, on chat command run, agent teleport to player. Now, what you could do, kind of like with the variables and the functions that we did before, you might change this so that it makes more sense, right? So let's say I type teleport or TP, right? TP for teleport, not for toilet paper. I can change that chat command. And when I hit play to compile the code and return to CodeBuilder, I'm going to run far away from this agent. I'm going to look back. The agent, I don't even see the agent anymore. I ran too far. Oh, there's the agent. I'm out of, he or she can't even detect that I'm there. It's not looking at me. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit T to open up the chat. And this time I'm going to type TP because that's my new command. And I'm going to hit enter. And my agent has teleported to me. So now, will this work if I'm in the air? What if I'm flying? So I'm going to space. I'm going to back up. I'm looking at my agent from afar. I created that chat command, TP. So I'm going to try it again. T to open the chat command. And then actually, you guys might know this, but anything that you just typed in the command or chat line, if you hit up arrow goes through all the different things. So the last one, most recent was TP. I'm going to hit enter. Oops, I hit run by accident. Run, TP. And I'm up in the air, and so is the agent. So I'm telling the agent to come to me no matter where I am. I'm going to go ahead and space to stop flying. So I'm back on the ground. I'm going to hit T to open the chat. I'm going to do TP and put my agent back on the ground. Okay. So that's one thing that you can do. You can teleport this agent anywhere you want. Now, I might also want this agent to move. Okay. So I'm going to open C or tap C to open the CodeBuilder. And I'm going to make a new chat command. So this is the cool thing. You can make as many chat commands as you want. So I'm going to go ahead and say player, right? Because it's color coordinated. So that would make me think, oh, chat commands in player. I'm going to drag a new chat command out. This time I'm going to say maybe forward. So FW, right? On chat command forward, let's make this agent move. So agent is red. And then under the agent, the second block is agent move forward. I'm going to actually have the agent move forward by 5. So I'm changing the value in that pill shaped area. Okay. And I'm going to just say forward by 5. That's great. So let's go ahead and say compile or play. I'm back here. I'm going to hit T for chat. And I'm going to say, I think I said FW for forward. I'm going to hit enter. Woohoo! Agent's on the run. The agent moved forward 5. Okay, so let's explore and take a peek at where else can the agent move. So I'm going to hit C to go back to CodeBuilder. And I'm just going to take a look at that block that's sitting in the FW. Okay, agent move forward. So if I click on the teeny tiny arrow, that always shows me that there are options underneath, right? So we can have this agent move forward. We can have the agent move back, left, right, up, down. So all of the directions that matches our coordinate system, we can have this agent do. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and let's make one command, chat command for each of the directions. Okay, so I'm going to say forward. You can go ahead just like in Make Code Arcade. If you right click, you can duplicate. Okay. So I'm going to make a copy of this. It's gray because it's the same. So it's not going to run. But if you change the chat command, we'll say back, BK for back, and then make sure that you click on, you choose that this is back. What's up? Yep. Thanks for being patient. Okay. So I'm going to test this out. So let's go ahead and say play. All right, so I know that forward works, but I'm going to test it anyway. So I'm hitting T. I'm doing up arrow to get to forward. Forward works. I'm hitting T. And this time I'm going to type back, BK, or back, whatever you put in your chat command. And I'm going to hit enter. And the agent is moving back 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to change these to 1 because, well, because I might only want to nudge the agent a little bit. Okay, so duplicate, and I'm going to do it in all the directions. So left, I might spell that one out. Move left by 1, duplicate, move right by 1. Make sure you change the down arrow. Okay, and then we'll say chat command. I'll do up and down. Up, move up by 1. And then same thing, last one. And move down. Okay, and make sure that I choose the right direction in my code, right? So a lot of times we make that, it's a common error to make a duplicate because it's like, oh yeah, I know what I want, but then forget to choose which direction or choose the option you want. And you'll be like, this is Cheo-Isaacs, but I typed back and it's going forward. A lot of times we forget to do that, myself included. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and hit compile to test all of my new chat commands. Okay, so I'm looking at my agent wherever. Okay, agent is there. I did back and tested that. I'm gonna say left. Whoops, I need to go chat left. Moved over left. I'm gonna say chat right. Moved it to the right, chat up, perfect, and chat down. All right, I have all the directions. Let me see who's chatting me up. It always goes right. So go ahead, Abir, and check that down arrow that you chose the right direction. Okay, I'm gonna actually, let me stop share for a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and give everybody the privilege, the permission to share, and we'll see if Abir has gotten that or not. Whoops, I can't minimize Zoom. All right, that's fine, but I'll share my screen again. Can I open a breakout room? I'd be happy to. Yep, let me pause. Okay, So it doesn't make sense to make a command for, forward 1, forward 2, forward 3. So what you can do is if you add, if you click the plus at the end of the block here, what it'll do is it'll say on chat command forward, and it adds num1. Num1 is a variable, okay? So check this out. This is really awesome. So what you can do is you can say, okay, if I do forward space a number, then the agent will move forward by that much or move by that much. So we need to go to variables, and notice that in variables, there is a variable called num1. That's because it made it for us automatically. So I'm going to take this pill num1, and I'm going to snap it in agent move forward by num1. Okay, so let's test that out. So I'm going to hit play to compile the code. I'm going to look for my agent, and I'm going to say chat forward space 1. Okay, enter 1. Okay, now it's going to try it again. Forward space 5. Whoa, 5. And then I'm going to try it again. Forward space 10. Bye-bye, agent. Okay. And then I'm going to say back space 14. Why didn't that work? He only moved back 1. He or she only moved back 1. Okay, that didn't work because my back command only has moved back by 1. I don't have a variable in there, so it doesn't work. But what I can do is I can add this. I can add this to all of my bless you. I can add it to all of my move commands. Okay, so I do have to do both though. I have to say by num. I have to add the num1, and then I'm just going to right click duplicate. And now, so this is so exciting that we used variables because we knew we used them before in MakeCode, in Arcade. Okay, so this is really awesome. So let's go ahead and hit play, and let's look at our agent. Agents, oh, way back there. So we want the agent to move back 13, I guess. Back, so text or talk, chat, whatever, 13. Woo! Agent's back here. Okay, so we could, yes. Could you do it? Back, I'm going to say 100. Whoops. Oh, why won't that work? I did back 100. Nothing. It's because we need a space. So here is an instance. Whoops. BK 100. Okay, so the agent is going to go back 100. There's actually a limit on the agent. I think it loses the signal after 75, 70 or 75. It's so far out there. Let's see, forward 100. I think I lost my agent.
I think the limit might depend on your simulation distance.
On its what? On the render?
On the simulation distance.
Oh, on the simulation distance. All right. Well, it came back. 100. I was surprised, but 100 came back. I wonder if they made that update, made that change on the programming side. Okay. So you can also, let me just double check the time. 43. Oh, we have plenty. Oh, we have somewhat plenty of time. Okay. So I'm going to press C. So we can get the agent to move. We can also get the agent to place things. Okay. Oh, this is important too. We can have the agent turn. We need to make the agent turn also, because right now it's just kind of moving, slide to the left, slide to the right, forward and back. Sometimes we want it to turn. So let's go ahead and make 2 commands for turning as well. Okay, so on chat command jump, that's going to be in player. It's also in basic. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to say turn left, turn left. Okay. And since we know all about, this time, since we know all about variables, right? I'm going to hit plus and do a num1, but there's no way for the agent to what do I do here? Okay. In this case, what I would do is I would put in a loop, just the plain repeat loop. And I'm going to toss that in here. I'm going to snap agent turn left inside, and then notice repeat 4 times. that looks like a roundy pill. I can also use a variable in that space. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate this command. Remember, if it's gray, it means it will not work because it's the same as something else. So this time I'm going to call this turn right. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change my agent turning direction to right. Okay, make sure if you're doing that, no spaces, because remember, they get in our way and get the code confused. So let's go ahead and hit play to compile the code, and we're going to test those things out. So my next one was turn left. Turn left, and I'm going to say 1 because I need the argument. Oh, there it goes. Turn left 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try turn right. Turn right 1. Oh, wait, I need a space 1. All right, and I'm going to turn right 4. So that should get my agent to go all the way around. Turn right 4. Yay! Turn in a circle. Okay, so. Let's just show a few things. Now, CodeBuilder, just like in Make Code Arcade, this is browser based. So even though we're playing it in the game, it is very much based in the browser. So if your browser updates, you will lose your work. Okay, so one thing that I do, okay, this is our 3-minute warning. One thing that I do is I always use the share. So I share the project, I publish the project, I copy the URL that Make Code gives me, and then I have, what I do is I like to I keep it in a tool called Google Keep, but you could do it in Docs. So if I say docs.new, or you could do it in a spreadsheet, I'm going to go ahead and paste that code, and I'm going to call this code. Oh, I forgot what I called it. Coding Minecraft. Okay, and then maybe also I would say what it is in here. So basic agent directions, right? Direction commands. Okay.
Mine's not working.
Yours what?
Mine's not working.
Yours, okay, you want to share? All right, so hold on 1 second. Let me stop sharing. I'm going to tell everyone in the room, hello, everyone in the room. I'm going to close those breakout rooms. Close the breakout rooms. Okay, it is time. Okay, the 3-minute warning has sounded. Let's go ahead and do our exit/reflection tickets. And I'm reminded again that I cannot, oh, I got to